We're going to find out if this is going to work right now. We're live right now from the Heritage Foundation. Tomorrow, we've got a bigger show. It's just me tonight hanging out with John Pop, fantastic longtime producer in studios that have no air conditioning whatsoever. Pop, put yourself on the camera. Oh, okay. You got yourself on there? There we go. No? What are we doing, Pop? There we go. Look at us. It's very dark. We can't afford air conditioning in here. It's a tough time here at the old Heritage. I think we'll be fine. But if you get a chance, I'm going to do a few things here. One, I'm going to pin my little live here to the top. Pin the profile. But first, I need to thank the sponsors here, Pop. That's what we do. We thank the sponsors on the show. One of which is the American Beverage Association. Here we go.
Our nation is standing up for American workers, restoring the pride of making products here at home. That's what we do every day. We're America's beverage companies, making American products with American workers in America's hometowns, delivering brands that have been enjoyed for generations, creating good-paying jobs, the kind that require only a strong work ethic. Because we believe in the promise of America and the people who make it great.
There we go. The American Beverage Association. Little read here. Today's episode is brought to you by one of our sponsors, the American Beverage Association. You guys have been seeing these videos I've been playing all week. And I just want to tell you a little bit more about them. A lot of people are talking about American jobs these days, which is great. And hopefully the big, beautiful bill passes tonight or very soon so that Trump can have it on his desk for the 4th of July. But anyway, a lot of people are talking about American jobs. It's great. But our friends at the American Beverage Companies have been walking the walk this whole time, providing good paying jobs, the kind that only require strong work ethic, jobs that make it possible to raise a family, put down roots, and build a future. They always have been and always will be American companies, making American products with American workers all across this great country. 275,000 American workers across all 50 states show up every day to put in an honest day's work to help make America great at America's Beverage Companies. Learn more at WeDeliverForAmerica.org. That's WeDeliverForAmerica.org. How are you guys doing tonight? I know this is an off hour. This is an off time. I'm just running it tonight. We're just going live here in an unair conditioned, boiling hot studio. I don't even know what the Heritage Foundation is worth, but a boiling hot studio at the Heritage Foundation. We'll see how long I make it tonight. This is a challenge for Tim Young. We'll talk about all the news of the day and everything else that's going on. Last night we had about 90,000 people tune in to watch me and little baby Nugget. It's up from last week. Little baby Nugget and I were on fire last night. 90,000 people tuned in. And now here we are. Not that many in a boiling hot. Hello, Tammy. You're early. I know. I am off time because little baby Nugget doesn't know when to book a show and book a studio because she doesn't understand time zones. What do I pay her for to understand time zones? 7 p.m. Central is 8 p.m. Eastern. So I'm an hour early. And that's just where the world is right now. It's been a day. All right? It's been a day, everybody. Is the big, beautiful bill gonna pass or not? That's where I am right now. I want to know if the big, beautiful bill is going to pass. I'm not sure because I don't know who. There are people right now, and I'm piling on. All right? So I'm over here. I was told, hey, you've got some people that may or may not want to vote for the big, beautiful bill. Can you encourage them? And so, of course, I did. I went over to my Twitter here. Let's go over here. And I have tweeted, we're in the 11th hour of basically, I want this tax break. Everybody wants this tax break. Nobody wants to take a break from tax breaks. And if we don't get the big, beautiful bill passed, we don't get this tax break again. I don't want to pay higher taxes. You don't want to pay higher. Nobody wants to pay higher taxes. So I'm out here. I'm retweeting this, and you guys should go retweet it too. We're in the 11th hour of the potentially the highest tax break in American history. And the big, beautiful bill will bring that home. So I hope that you guys go out there and participate and help kind of encourage these senators through their staff, their poor comm staff that has to pay attention to all this stuff. Help them see the light with this. We'll see. We'll see. I even put it, if you guys aren't part of my community on X, I put it at the top of my community on X here as well. So I hope that everybody gets involved in this, and I hope we all get it shared everywhere. So make sure you're over there doing that on X. Participate. I'm showing you my whole thing there. But we're in the 11th hour. We want to make sure that we get involved and get everybody, encourage people to help us out with tax breaks. I don't think that's a lot to ask for. Do you? I don't think so. All right. So what are we up to today? I want to see what Fox News is reporting on, because, again, I have not had a chance. I got off a plane. I came right over to the Heritage Foundation for a meeting. And here we are. I got my Heritage Foundation cup. And we're hanging out. If my screen is still shared, you don't see this. Oh, there it is. It is still. Okay. So Idaho murder suspect. All right. So Caroline Leavitt accuses CNN of encouraging violence. Yeah, no. I don't know if you saw this from CNN. Hopefully we'll get to see this without watching an entire commercial here. Or maybe we won't get to see it at all. Yeah, this is a commercial. When the commercial's done, I will pull this up because this is an incredible clip. CNN today promoting an app that lets people track ice, which to me seems illegal. To you, I don't know. By the way, it is so hot in this studio right now. Is this done to torture me? Pop. It is 85 degrees in here. I'm sweating. Here we go. Here's Caroline Leavitt. We don't need a fan. It's fine. It's too late for a fan, Pop.
Thanks, Caroline. I just watched a CNN segment on a new app called Ice Block, and it kind of appeared to be promoting this app where you can tell people where ICE agents are. Given the recent rise...
An app that tells people where ICE agents are?
Yes. And given the...
That's Mary Margaret Olahan there.
Rise, I believe, 500% increase in assaults on ICE agents. I wanted to see if you could comment on that and why CNN would be promoting such an app.
Well, it's a very good question. I'll have to go back and watch the clip myself, but surely it sounds like this would be an incitement of further violence against our ICE officers. As you know, as you've stated, there's been a 500% increase in violence against ICE agents, law enforcement officers across the country who are just simply trying to do their jobs and remove public safety threats from our communities. And that's something we as Americans, including journalists at CNN who live in many of these cities where illegal aliens are hiding and were let in from the previous administration, should be very grateful for. So we haven't seen the clip. We'll take a look at it, but certainly it's unacceptable that a major network would promote such an app that is encouraging violence against law enforcement officers.
Well, she didn't watch the clip. So, all right. So that is what happened today. Actually, CNN had a segment that had a video. They were talking about an app called Ice Block. They talked about it for a while. They kind of helped promote it. They're helping people hunt down where ICE agents are. I think it's completely illegal and people should be arrested for that. But we'll find out again if it's up to state and local authorities, especially if it's California. Nothing's going to happen. Here is, though, the DOJ today announcing the charges against 324 people for healthcare fraud schemes. They submitted around $14.6 billion in false claims to Medicaid, Medicare, and other healthcare programs. This is unbelievable. This, again, also today in the news.
We are announcing today charges against 324 defendants for their alleged participation in healthcare fraud schemes involving approximately $14.6 billion in false claims submitted to Medicare, Medicaid, and other healthcare programs. In a takedown this large, I can't possibly describe all of the work that went into dismantling each scheme. We are announcing today charges against 324 defendants for their alleged participation in healthcare fraud schemes involving approximately $14.6 billion in false claims submitted to Medicare, Medicaid, and other healthcare programs. In a takedown this large, I can't possibly describe all of the work that went into dismantling each scheme.
Again, though, has the money been paid already? That's really the question that comes down to. Has the money been paid out already? If it has, it's going to be impossible to get back. Hey, Traveling Fools, how are you doing? Welcome here to an early live stream tonight, guys. Again, the DOJ cracking down on $14.6 billion of Medicare, Medicaid, and other healthcare programs. But is there any? Boy, is it hot in here. It feels like it's 85 degrees in this room right now, by the way. It's worse than, okay. But again, $15 billion. Will we get this money back? I don't think we will. I'm pretty certain we will. We won't. Pop, you've been in politics for a while. What can people see you? Can you put yourself on the screen? There you go. Yeah, there you go. Pop, what are we getting this money back or no? You hope so. $15 billion in Medicare and Medicaid fraud. I don't think we're getting it back. Well, we were supposed to codify Doge, and that didn't happen. So I don't know. That's where I am on it. Yeah. I don't know, man. I look at that and I just think to myself, like, yeah. Yeah. Well, but that would involve the government being accountable to itself. And that's not that won't happen anytime soon at all. Here's another one. Hey, John, are you excited to go visit New York City with their new mayor? He's just a normal fella doing normal things. By the way, here he is talking about how violence is just a construct.
Oftentimes, we've even found as legislators, when we go into these courts, the term violent crime is even used when people are stealing packages. Violent crime is even used when people are accused of burglary and there happens to be a housing unit in that same dwelling. So violence is an artificial construction. And we have to be very clear that what is happening here with these district attorneys, that is violence.
So if violence is an artificial construct, I think New York is, I believe the term for it is fucked. They're totally fucked.
They're totally fucked, Tim.
Yeah. Shell, why are you wearing sunglasses?
Because you get to wear your glasses, so I thought I'd wear my blingy ones.
You sound like you've lost your voice. You've been yelling at somebody all day. I know you've been yelling on the internet all day long. I'll tell you that. I've seen that.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not. In fact, I retweeted you today because you were totally right about all these experts that are out there. You can leave them on. I don't have a problem with you leaving on your fantastic shades, ma'am.
My bling.
Yeah.
Well, it's disturbing that influencers are so bold with misleading their audience, and it's just getting me. It's just getting to me bad. But yeah, I've been talking a lot. I've been doing a few podcasts, Tim, that all week, so I'm a little voiced out.
That's good. I'm glad you're here with me. Hold on, I want to pull this up. Let's see how many times you've tweeted today, because anytime I go to pull my my tweets up from the day, where's the one I retweeted from you? Man, come on. You're such a good.
Because you tweet a lot too, so
I know it's the same thing. It's both of us. We have the same problem. I got to find my tweets. It's impossible as well. This is a great tweet from you today, by the way. And I think people need to be worried about it. Most of the so-called experts on this app are getting it wrong most of the time. Sensationalizing breaking news, which, by the way, I'm so sick of everyone saying everything is breaking news, and building big audiences. It's unfortunate that the ex-public crave that much drama and never require them to do retractions when they are wrong. Sad. I like to say that I don't lie on the internet a lot. But there are certainly brands now, Shell, that their entire brand, you nailed this, their entire brand is based off of saying everything is breaking and pretending that they are some sort of news source. You can see, by the way, top comment there for me is me saying that you're correct.
Absolutely. And you're right. I'm correct. Yeah, it's just, it's an injustice to their audience. It really is. And why these people stick around and continue to follow these people, I don't know. I guess it's drama. Do they just love the drama, Tim? Is that what it is? It's a dopamine hit to have that drama all the time. I don't know. It dry humps my last nerve. So I can't keep looking at it all the time. I just can't.
I believe that's exactly what it is, the dopamine hit. Also money that comes in. I don't get paid a lot of money. I'll be very honest with you guys out there. Like I get maybe $1,000 a month or something like that on this app. And like, that's for me having 1 million followers or whatever. And so I don't rely on any kind of app clicking for my Twitter. I just tell my opinion. And if people like it, they like it. And I'm very fortunate that I get a couple of dollars for that. It pays, some rent. There are people who have turned this into a business, and part of that business is definitely just deceiving the public constantly. And what sucks about it is that they prove the left right, because the left always said, that we push fake news. Go ahead.
They did. You can't chastise the left for something that you're going to, use out of their playbook. You know what I'm saying? And they're all doing it. And I think the monetization on the platform has started this frenzy of this and they won't stop. It's just, I don't know. You're right. The money and everything else. I don't know how to solve the problem besides, I mute a lot of them. Very well, I've spoken of Nick Sorter before. I like him. He's usually on the money. He's not sensationalizing everything. It's not about the drama for him. It's about educating the American public. And I like that. That's how it's done. It can't be these, breaking news, Joe Biden, diaper fell off all the time. It can't be that all the time. And yet, as ridiculous as that sounds, they're still going to report stuff like that and act like it's a major breaking news story. And it's awful.
Hey, Gruber, if you're sitting around, you can join us. Steve Gruber, you have the link, the same link I sent you last time to join in.
Hi, Steve.
You can come in if you'd like, and we're welcome. We would welcome you in. I think it would be a very nice, well-rounded show with you here. So if you'd like to come in, I already like Shell. I think we're going to have a great show with her hanging out. But if Gruber wants to come in, I won't turn him down. But you're right,
it'd be lovely.
Look at us. Did you ever think a couple of years ago, before you really got into the social media stuff with Gab, did you ever think you'd be in this position? I'm not talking about but you're now complaining about people cashing in on social media and nailing it. Did you ever think you'd be there? 5 years ago, did you ever think you'd be like the expert on this stuff?
No.
Because I agree with you 100%.
That I do. Huh?
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. Well, some of the things that I do now, I still can't wrap my head around, to be honest with you. But when you go into that, this arena that you and I are in, you much more than I, you kind of get that grimy feeling. You start figuring it out. It's not all that you see. It's not that surface level stuff anymore. And then you want to just, kind of have to say something, because you, for one, Tim, are the most that would ever take care of his audience and be honest and straightforward. You don't mess around with these things. No. You make sure your audience is well informed with facts, truth, and nothing else. And I love that about you. You're responsible with your audience. And just once you see it, though, with these others, you can't unsee it.
You literally can't unsee it. It is a complete car wreck. What a lot of these people are pushing, they constantly just run whatever they can say. I say, Tim runs his mouth, and I don't actually run my mouth as much as I can. Hey, by the way, is this Gruber? Gruber's coming in. We're suddenly we're having a
Hey.
party here. Hold on, let's see here. Hold on. Sorry, but conservatives have no idea what the far left thinks or believes. I have been listening to them with Dr. Carolyn and Spy Streams. They're organizing more than the right. Well, I mean, they probably are organized more than the right. Gruber's here. There's just a camera.
Oh,
There he is. That's him.
nice camera, Steve.
I need to get rid of this beard, by the way. This is let me tell you something, Shel.
Just trim it up a little, and it's
I'm
going to
gonna
be
cut
fine.
it off.
I
Tomorrow,
like it.
you see me tomorrow. It's gonna be gone.
Like gone.
Gone. I'm gonna go back to my 5 o'clock shadow. I have a
You
couple.
look so distinguished though with it. You
I
do.
I really do look like I know what the fuck I'm saying here when I have
You
this.
do.
But I have a nice younger lady coming in for a date this week to
Oh.
DC.
Well,
Mhm.
good for you.
She's a known entity, and if we hang out, it'll be a really fun time. So
That sounds great.
We'll see.
So what have I missed? I came in a little late. So what
Well,
you been
so
talking
all I
about
did was talk about
besides-
this big beautiful bill. So there are
Mm.
four senators who are kind of still out on the fence on this, and there's a chance that they don't vote for it. And so I've got a little tweet out. I've been going with my people here. My little tweet here. We're in the 11th hour, potentially passing the big beautiful bill and the largest tax break in American history. It would be awesome for senators like Lee Murkowski, Ron Johnson, and Susan Collins to vote for it and protect hardworking American families. And this is me getting involved. I'm going to hit that retweet button again. You guys should as well. Let's get that out there as much as possible. So far, 20,000 people have seen it. I can't complain about that. But hopefully more people will see that, and we can get some more numbers out there for people to get involved and participate and make a difference. I like to think that if we kind of quasi bomb the social media staff, sometimes they'll pay attention.
Maybe.
Look at this, Brian. Hey, look, it's Shell from Shell Shocked. 8 p.m. Thursday nights on X.
Hi, Brian.
She's my favorite, by the way. Shell has been one of my
He's
favorite people.
great.
She's been in my life through my ups and downs,
And I'm still not going anywhere.
through my Barry LaCroix here at the Heritage Foundation. By the way, fantastic studios at the Heritage Foundation. The best studios in the business until I build my own in Grapevine, Texas. Something's coming here very soon. By the way, Shell,
It's going to be fantastic.
I've got very big news very soon. Tiny Baby Nugget and I are going to be sharing a studio. There he is. Here's the man.
There he is.
Look at this. What a hell of a stream now. We got
Hi,
group-
Steve.
Okay, I got cameras everywhere. Can you hear me?
You do.
Yeah.
He's got
God
cameras
bless
in the
America.
toilets in his Airbnb. And so when ladies are there
Doesn't everybody?
going to the bathroom,
Oh, sorry.
What
Doesn't
you
everybody?
drinking?
Ginger ale.
look at us. Wow. We're loaded up.
Hardcore.
Shell's the only one that doesn't have a soft drink with her. I've got La Croix.
Might
It'll
not be.
smudge. It'll smudge my lipstick.
What
so-
type of ginger ale is that?
I think it came from Woodford County, Kentucky. I'm not really sure.
Is it not Canada Dry?
It's not ginger ale.
Oh.
Hey guys, share the live.
I know that you've been
It's a lot.
you've been on the bench for a bit, Tim. I get it. I understand.
I have been, but you know what I love? You guys ready for this? I love the American Beverage Association.
Our nation is standing up for American workers, restoring the pride of making products here at home.
Right.
That's what we do every day. We're America's beverage companies, making American products with American workers in America's hometowns, delivering brands that have been enjoyed for generations, creating good-paying jobs, the kind that require only a strong work ethic. Because we believe in the promise of America and the people who make it great.
There we go. See, like I like some. Boy, do I like a soft drink.
So I'm confused.
Yeah, we got.
First I got the spear out of my head because and I keep trying to adjust the shot and I feel like my head's cut off and then I get too much and I just
Yeah.
suffering here. Anyhow.
Yeah. What's happening? Why are you confused?
You see, Ivy's not here, so I get, technically, just
Shell's got her stuff together. She's perfectly aligned. She's looking directly at a camera. I haven't even been doing that the entire time. And here we are, Gruber. You
You're
and
the
I.
one who taught me too. So that's
Well,
just,
Gruber and I have had a combined 380 years of television and radio experience.
He's right. Yeah, 380
and,
years.
and we're the ones that aren't professional. Meanwhile, like yesterday, by the way, Tiny Baby Nugget, when she did my live show, she looked into a camera. We're sitting across the table from each other. She was staring at the camera the whole time, which is now here for me, staring at the instead of me. And then I made her look up, and I was like, "Hey, look at me." And finally, she looked, but she was on. She's on. She knew what she was doing.
she's great, Tim.
She's the best. She keeps me off the streets. She keeps me organized. It's a great time. It's a shame what they did to the big beautiful bill. Steve, what's your opinion on the big beautiful bill? Since you're new here, not good.
No, I mean, good God. Look, first of all, what they did today is a crime. Anybody that would vote against taking illegals off from Medicaid, good Christ, I'm sorry, we're $37 trillion in debt and racking it up, fast, right? And it's a terrible situation. And 44 senators, enough to block this thing, think it's good enough for illegals to come here and get on Medicaid among 10 billion. I don't think because they're on SNAP, they're on Medicaid, they're getting Social Security benefits, they're getting housing in New York. Soon they'll have free, government grocery stores in New York and everything else. That's a different story.
It's a whole nother conversation. Mom Donnie, man, is he gonna fuck New York? Yeah.
Well, no, I think Eric Adams actually has a chance. Mom Donnie has done for Eric Adams what Joe Biden did on the 27th of June, 2024. He basically made, I think he might have coronated Eric Adams. I think he might.
I agree, Steve.
That's my prediction. He coronated Eric Adams.
Did you see the tweet? There was an image of the search for what is socialism right after that primary. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
New York, it's like skyrocketed.
So I'm not sure this is an appropriate term on broadcast, but back to your question there, I think John Thune is a douchebag at this point. He let that parliamentarian stay who's been there since Harry Reid. The ghost of freaking Harry fucking Reid is here haunting us 13 years later.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously? Harry Reid, who got beat up by his gay lover and came after the black eye and all these other things that went on. You remember the black eye? Yeah, you remember that. And Harry Reid, who's been dead for however many years, his socialist ghost is now haunting us and our children and grandchildren. It's complete bullshit. It's stupid. John Thune can remove this person.
Steve? Can they change this back?
Well, sure, they could fire Donahue or whatever her name is, McDonough or whatever her name is. Sure, he can get rid of her, but you'd have to have something that we'll have to go to the transgender community and work this out because Thune is going to have balls, and currently he doesn't appear to have any.
That's so good.
Yeah,
I mean, you're right on that.
He is.
Yeah. I mean, he's from South Dakota. It's one of my favorite states. It's where we get Kristi Noem and a lot of other really great people. They're just, salt of the earth, real Americans, roll up your sleeves, get it done, rely on your neighbors, do good things, and all that. And this guy shows up, and he seems like he's been all right for a while, but why would you keep the parliamentarian? Of course, my question would be, why'd you keep her during Trump's first term?
Well, the Byrd rule is actually what she's applying, correct?
Well, yeah, she's giving him the bird. Yeah, she's giving the Byrd rule, all right.
Well, I mean, part of her job is to make recommendations. The Senate does not have to take those recommendations.
Right.
They can rewrite and have it reintroduced into the bill, and make it to where it'll get that 60+1 vote.
But will they do it?
I really do believe it, but they don't want to do the work, in my opinion, Steve.
I can't argue it. Look, I saw Marjorie Taylor Greene talk about this yesterday, which is basically a lot of these rhinos, not Tom Tillis now, he's done the admirable thing and fallen on his sword, thank God, get out of here. But a lot of these Republicans, rah, 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 MAGA, rah, 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 they're just biding their time waiting for Trump to go away so that they can get back to doing things the way they've always done them, which is screwing us over, basically. And
they're just running the clock for 3.5 years.
It's a speed bump, and then it's back to business as usual. But the fact of the matter is, look, it's the most predictable outcome in world history when it comes to finances. We're broke. We're going to have a debt crisis. It's the most predictable outcome ever. It is. And if we don't get our debt under control, we're going to have a debt crisis like Greece had or Portugal had or any of these other countries had. It's unavoidable. At some point, you owe the money.
Yeah.
And somebody's going to, now, what's weird, this strikes me as weird. Somehow we owe like $15 trillion of that internally, like one department to the other and whatever. I feel like there should be some way you could clear the ledger on that, but whatever. But the defense.
One would think, but that would take like logic and people working together too.
Right.
Good
And we
luck.
work with the government. We work with the government currently that says, oh, we lost $5 trillion. We don't know where it went. No shit.
What else are we going to lose, though, Steve? What is this going to do to the 2026 midterms?
Wreck them.
Well, it depends. First of all, you've got the only Trump voters, which are just as bad as never Trumpers in a way. And what I mean by that, and if I'm offending somebody here, it's tough shit. The fact of the matter is, some people,
Steve is wild.
Some people only show up when Trump's on the ballot. That doesn't
Correct.
get the job done.
Oh, hold on, Steve. Don't get me fucking started, Steve.
I think I just
Because
did. Boom, boom.
May 3rd in Tarrant County, in Texas, where I live,
Yeah.
we lost across the board like every conservative member that's on a school board because
Right.
nobody chose not to vote.
So in Michigan, in the midterm of whatever it was, 22, I guess. My friend Tudor Dixon was the nominee for governor of Michigan for
I
the
like Tudor
Republican
Dixon.
Party. I like her too. She had a couple of rookie mistakes, but nothing bad.
Yeah.
But what happened was 1 million people in the state of Michigan that voted for Donald Trump in 2020 did not show up to vote. The margin was about 600,000 votes. If just the people that showed up, even 70% of them had showed up, of the ones that didn't, right? So you end up with this massive cavity, this void of voters. It's like, guys, he can't do it by himself. You might think that he can just wave his magic wand, and yeah, he can do executive orders. And yeah, he wanted the Supreme Court, so a lot more of his executive orders will stand without being challenged at these silly federal court levels. But he needs the Senate. He needs the House. And the House is what's up for grabs here. The Senate's probably not much of a concern. I actually think you're going to get a pickup in New Hampshire because I think Scott Brown is going to run there, the former senator from Massachusetts.
Yep.
I don't know who's going to run in Georgia, but it could be Doug Collins, the VA secretary. If Doug Collins runs in Georgia, I think he can win that seat. Now you're at 55, right?
Yep.
Michigan's wide open. That's a coin toss. Whoever gets in there, that's a coin toss in Michigan. Democrats do have to defend Minnesota, probably hang on to it reasonably easily, but they still have to defend it and spend money there. And the Democrats, last time I heard, were broke. Flat broke, in debt, couldn't pay their bills. So, I don't know. But John Thune's a deep disappointment to me right now. But, not like I was a big John Thune fan. However, having said that,
I thought you were. Every time we talk, I think to myself, Steve Gruber, John Thune fan.
Yeah, forgive me when I say this, because you're going to be a little shocked at what I say next. But I have to give credit to Mitch McConnell here.
Oh!
You ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
What?
Hear me out, because and people are going to shit their pants, and I don't just mean Joe
Only
Biden.
Tim. I won't.
But the fact of the matter is, Merrick Garland is not a Supreme Court justice because of Mitch McConnell.
True story.
Amy Coney Barrett is a justice. Kavanaugh is a justice because of Mitch McConnell. You can hate him, and I don't think much of him either. But if not for Mitch McConnell, you wouldn't have 3 justices put on that court by Donald Trump, period. So
That's
give credit to Mitch McConnell and you can't say that's not a big deal. It's a huge deal.
Yeah.
But every place else you go, Mitch, you're an idiot. Mitch. or here's what I heard Mitch McConnell say.
Oh, I thought you were saying something. Did he lock up? He looks like
He did. I don't know
you
what
did-
happened.
No,
No,
he did Mitch McConnell. I'm sorry, it's been so long. It feels
the
like
words
it's
of-
been a
He
decade
did.
since he locked
In the
up.
words of
right.
Mitch McConnell,
He got me too, Tim. He got me
I
too.
thought he locked up, but that's what
That was
Mitch-
a great.
that's
That was
Mitch
great
McConnell.
though.
Senator, hold on. Let me see if I have the again. Like, hold on. Mitch McConnell. Because he did that. Let's see if I have it here. Here we go. To remind everyone, because I needed it. I Googled. Here we go. Ready?
Oh yeah.
Okay. This week has been good bipartisan cooperation and a string of
Now, the thing is, you got a bunch of people standing around, right? And they're all looking at him. You would think one of them would be like, hey, should we check on Mitch right now?
I think the lady from West Virginia finally steps in here.
Yeah.
Are you good?
Hey, Mitch.
Hey, Mitch.
Anything else you want to say, or should we just go back to your place?
Anything else you want to say, or should we just go back to your place?
It's just sad.
That's what she said.
Should we just go back to your
Hold on.
place?
Hey, I'm going to drop that line. I have a date this week. And this is the line I'm going to drop. Hey, man.
Hey, Mitch.
Just don't do that on
Anything
your
else you want to
date.
say, or should we just go back to your place?
That's what I know. That's what I'm my date. I have a big date this week, as you know, and I'm going to say, hey, anything else you got to say, or should we just go back to
Is this like a somebody we know, or is it like a swipe left, swipe right thing, or whatever that is?
It's somebody you guys might know.
Oh, very exciting.
Yeah, remember to repost. Brian says, remember to repost. Also, share the broadcast,
So did
or
Jim.
you're a dirty communist, says Jim Bob. Love that, Jim Bob. Yeah, no, I have some dates here coming up.
By the way, I like Bear Story there. Verner's is a very Michigan thing. He's right about that.
Where's Bear Story at on Verner's?
Verner's should be Verner's. See, when I talk about ginger ale, it could be a back
No, but you know what it should be? Just as long as it's a product from the American Beverage Association that helps.
So did I hear you? Wait, did I hear you say you make $1,000 a month off from this platform? That's it.
That's all I make from Twitter directly. Yes.
So why am I killing myself every day to try to?
You shouldn't. Like, that's the
I'm
thing. You
not.
shouldn't.
Do what I do, Steve. Tear other people up and call it even. Don't worry about the money.
Just tear people up and call it even.
Yes.
I make my money from podcast sponsorships and a few other contracts that I have, and obviously I advise everybody known to man. But like, and I want to thank the Heritage Foundation for putting me up in their fantastic digs here today that has no air conditioning. No air conditioning.
At least you're not bitter about it.
85 degrees in the studio. Tomorrow I have 3 in studio guests. Can we get some air conditioning?
Did they not even give you a fan? I mean,
No.
a fan.
I have as many fans in this room right now as I have in this building.
So Steve has more cameras than you do fans.
I got cameras here and here.
I have 3 cameras right now.
I don't know what happened to the camera over here, but I couldn't get the mic. I had to go to my phone because I couldn't get this.
I have a world-class producer sitting in a room. Hold on. Here, let me do a here. There he is. That's
It's
John
like the
Pop.
It's like the guy over the fence.
Oh,
He's-
Steve.
He's got a better camera on him than I do.
Like Home Improvement. That guy.
I want this one. Give me this one. There we go.
Yay.
That's his whole job. He needed to prove that he does something for his job here. And it's clicking on a couple of fucking buttons to like, he just shifted cameras for the first time in 3 hours here.
Why are you hating on the guy?
No, I love him. I think he's the best.
A little rough.
Well, no, No, I think he's great. He knows that. We sit around, we eat Biscoffs in his office before these shows.
I love Biscoff.
Everybody loves Biscoffs. Shell, do you like Biscoffs?
What are they?
No!
The cookies?
No! No!
I do. I like them. I get them on airplanes. I love them. Great snacks.
Delta Airlines.
There you go.
Yeah.
I love to trigger Tim. Last time I was so stunned with our conversation last Sunday. Or a week ago Sunday, he was even shocked. He didn't think I wanted to be there, but I did.
Yeah.
I just
I don't even get invited anymore. I just have to stalk in, you know.
You do. Well, I just, I asked myself, what does Steve Gruber bring to the show? And I want to believe in you, Steve, but then you promised me sponsorships and things, and I get nothing.
Hey, whatever happened to that? I can't close the deal for you.
Steve tried to get me in on a pyramid scheme.
I did.
We were going to rip off old people reverse mortgage pyramid scheme. It's like layers on layers. We get them in. The starting layer is catheters, and then gold, and we take their whole houses.
So our friend from London never called you back.
Never. Everybody likes me. Nobody calls me back.
That is weird. Let's see. I'm gonna have to look at my big whiteboard over here and see what I can get for you. Because
How
you
the
know
hell
me.
did I not know? Oh, because it was a last minute invite. I invited Shell last minute because I'm a dick, Jim Bob. That's my fault.
That's true. True
American
story.
Airlines and American Eagle. I am a Beyond Platinum member of American Airlines. Why? Okay, so if we look at the screen right now, John Pop, producer, senior producer, and we see that I'm not in the screen when I have the try thing here, don't we switch the camera back to the one where I fit into the screen?
Nope.
See, and I hate laughing because my cheeks get all big. I hate that, and you guys are cracking me up.
I love John Pop. And by the way, he is one of the greatest producers in conservative. He's one of these guys who has been around for far too long, not far too long, for just enough time to go. But he's been producing things in conservatism for so long. You've probably seen his work dozens of times, and you never know it. He's just one of those guys who's been around doing incredible work for years, and you just would never know that it's been his work because he doesn't take the credit for it because he's a good man.
So I'm seeing some stuff here, Tim.
Yeah, what do you got?
He was going to be signed by July, and now they've given it an extension to July 9th. Am I correct?
Is that what happened? Big beautiful bill.
It looks like it. I can't confirm it because I'm looking at a camera, but I'm trying to.
I can do it. Hold on.
I don't see that yet.
I don't see it either.
Yeah, somebody just messaged me and said they were gonna.
The Idaho
delay to
murder
the 9th.
suspect, pled guilty. I see that.
Same thing.
You probably knew that.
Same, but different. Yeah, I don't see that, but I don't doubt it. I mean, the way that this car wreck has been going. I mean, I don't understand how Democrats can get together to vote for whatever, and
It is
Republicans.
a train wreck.
Did you see Chris Murphy today? Did you see Chris Murphy today?
I try to avoid it.
Well, I understand that, but he was on there saying Democrats need to do more of what Mamdani did. He just said it today, basically saying Chris Murphy is endorsing communism for the Democrat Party. I mean, there's no other way around it.
I mean, that's exactly. I mean, they've been doing that for a long time now. It's mind blowing to me. Absolutely mind blowing. Some are trying to reword things to get things passed. They're working through amendments. Yeah, I know that there's some amendments because I was asked to weigh in on some amendments here in the past day. Some folks pushing things to me, and they were like, "Hey, can you harass some folks about some amendments?" And I think I tweeted something about a thing and some stuff.
So the Senate parliamentarian has zero authority.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't even have to fire her.
No.
John Thune could just ignore her, but he didn't.
Yeah.
So you allow 1.6 million illegals to remain on Medicaid.
On Medicaid. Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable.
Our tax dollars.
Well, right.
I can't even afford insurance, and they get it, and I'm Mexican. But because I have a birth certificate from here, I don't get anything.
I don't know. Hey, did you figure out if you were muted or not, Steve Gruber? Because you messaged me.
That was over on that was computer number 1. I'm now on computer number 2.
Okay.
Good.
And camera number 3.
And camera number 3. And here's the other camera. It's my producer.
That's that's what my producer. He looks like he does have a little. Put yourself on camera here again, John Pop. Here we go. There he
I
is.
love
Look at
this guy.
that. I do too. He's my favorite
Well,
person.
he kind of has a Phil Collins kind of essence back there. Look,
He does
like
have
on
a Phil Collins. He does a Susu Studio.
Yeah.
Listen, when I have 5 gin and tonics across the street at Union Pub, I come back in here. I use his fob to get into the building. I stumble into his office and I go, "Hey, we got to go live. Hey, John, we got to go live now." And he goes, "Really? Why don't you eat some Biscoffs and get it together?" Now we've completed the story. Why don't you have a couple of these Biscoffs and sober yourself up and get it together? You have them. He's got them ready
He's
to
got
go.
a whole package.
Oh yeah, no, he doesn't mess around. And the thing is, he gets them by the 10-pack of those. This man is a gentleman and a scholar. Steve, why aren't you in DC right now when I'm here? Shell, why aren't you in DC with here?
Well, first of all,
You didn't tell me to come to DC.
call.
I'd have been there. I'm off all week, dude.
You never call me. I have to stalk you, like
But
like
when
all
you
these
call,
people. I was supposed to be there last week because we did a special on these Chinese students bringing in fungus and so forth. Fungus that, according to my farmer friends, I did a special with John Solomon on Thursday on that. You saw the University of Michigan students bringing in these fungus and these other pathogens.
yeah,
And the farmers I'm talking to say, if that was an enhanced fungus, it could knock out half the corn, half the wheat, half the rice out of America, which we would probably be all right with because we export 25% or more of our grain. But sub-Saharan Africa would starve quick. And so with some other, places that are real sensitive to such things. Anyhow, look, the Chinese are running an asymmetrical war against us every single day. And in Mamdani and these other people are probably funded by the Chinese. It's pretty simple stuff to figure out.
yeah.
And people are like, you're xenophobic. No, dumbass, I'm not xenophobic. I'm freaking awake and I can see what's happening here. And the Chinese have their Confucius Institutes and their students coming in. There's 1,000 scientists at the NIH today that are Chinese citizens. At the National Institutes of Health today, 1,000 scientists, not students,
Yeah.
on staff scientists. What could possibly go wrong?
Nothing, Steve. Obviously, China's our friend, right? Nothing could.
Right, they're our buddy. We need to help China grow. Some stupid thing, yeah. People are bizarre because they're just so obtuse. They just don't even.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm with you on that one, friend. Is there anything else happening other than terrible things? Shell, you're usually the pro. You're the pro producer of many, many things. Whitmer loves the CCP. That is true.
Well, the BBB is pretty much saturating the news and everything right now because it's so, hot right now. But I haven't seen much else besides, the normal stuff.
Well, the Supreme
the
Court,
murder.
the Supreme Court was good.
Yeah,
that's
that was
good.
a great week for Trump with the Supreme Court. That was fantastic. Yes.
I agree. That was decent, protecting families and kids and faith. I thought that was a big deal.
No, far better than that was, basically saying Ketanji Jackson Brown. Your arguments are so stupid. We're not even going to talk about it. Your arguments are so stupid.
Scathing.
God, I loved it.
I mean, could she? I don't think she slept since. They torched her.
They
that
did.
Was bad.
But it's not like she cares.
No.
Well, I mean, she's got the position, right? It can't be reversed, so she's pretty set. But she's got to be hanging her head around her colleagues, right?
Yeah.
Knowing this now, knowing how they actually feel.
Well, 6 of them put their name. That's right. 6 of them signed that deal. Yeah. 6 of them signed that deal. So that obviously means that no, she's not in good shape as far as any of that goes. So I'm trying to find you something new here.
We may not have anything new.
Yeah, just the firefighters, and that tragedy.
What the hell? He sets the fire to bait him in to shoot him.
I don't know, but apparently he's deceased now, and he's only 20 years old. They said if that's him, they could be identifying the wrong person. I'm not sure yet.
Who knows?
Not sure how solid that is.
Yeah. I mean, it's wild.
Tragic though. It's tragic.
Yeah.
It's just, when I was a kid, we used to take guns to school in the fall because it was, bird season or deer season or whatever. We just didn't wander down the halls pulling the trigger. That's the difference between our generation and theirs. They wander down it's a different mindset. I mean, life is so unimportant to them. It doesn't even matter.
Pop, did you take a gun to school when you went to school?
Huh?
Say that again.
I thought I talked over Tim. I was gonna see, but I remember back in high school when I was in high school, we used to have shotguns, hanging in the back windows of the trucks, all
Exactly.
through the parking lot, and nobody shot anybody.
That's
They just
right.
went hunting after school. That's it.
Exactly what we did.
And now society is in this frenzy for some reason, and they don't care, and we've been dumbed down and numbed down, and I don't know how to change it back. I wish I could.
Yeah, we were just talking about
What are
Columbine
you
yesterday.
frustrated about,
Can
Tim?
you guys hear Pop when he's talking?
No.
John? Yeah, they can't hear you. Only I can hear you.
Okay.
Well, he said something. He was talking. I thought I want you to be a part of the show, Pop. Can you guys hear him? If only we had a good enough producer for our producer to be able to put through his voice on the show.
God, be nice. Be nice.
I gotta fix it. I'm sorry.
I can't hear you.
about
Can you guys hear him? No.
I can.
Oh, you can. Okay, good, go.
Yeah, sorry. When I grew up in PA, we had
Put yourself on camera.
it's too much for me to do. When I grew up in PA, Thursday, Thanksgiving, Friday wasn't Black Friday to go shopping. Everybody be out on the PA turnpike, trucks off to the side of the road, like he said, shotguns in their truck, going deer hunting. That's the way we grew up in Pennsylvania. In Pennsylvania,
That's
they
right.
say Pittsburgh on one side, and you got Philly on the other side, and Kentucky in the middle. That's the way we grew up in PA.
Oh yeah, everybody had guns.
Everybody.
What a party!
Yep.
We didn't though. I grew up in the hood in Baltimore,
Well,
and I did not have a gun. Although
Shoulda
in
had
middle
one.
school, the treasurer of the student government got busted for a drug ring. He was running a drug ring in middle school. Good for him. That's the treasurer. He's probably good at money.
Now he's working on Wall Street.
Back in the day was so
Probably got some
great.
crypto deals.
It really was, but then all of a sudden we got all emotional. We had all these shots and hormones put in us, and all these things started taking place with our diets and everything else, and now we've just gone slap ass nuts.
I agree. CNBC. Oh, this was a good story today that I saw earlier. CNBC said that 121 billion has been brought in by Trump's tariffs. It's wild.
That's a
Hold on. I got good news from parliamentarian.
Yeah.
Rules the mega bill can include a provision that will defund Planned Parenthood. Do we already know that, or is that it just came out 4 minutes ago?
I feel like we don't know that. Wait,
Yeah.
why does the parliamentarian get to rule that?
She's not ruling.
That's-
It's Robert's rules, and this is the Byrd rule in this. And really, everybody should educate themselves on Robert's rules. But the Senate takes this
Very
under
boring.
advisement to rewrite whatever she's singling out to make sure that it's written to the point that it will meet that 60 vote, threshold right there. That 60 vote. That's what that is. I don't know why everybody wants to fire her. She's literally doing her job. And the senators and the congressmen and everybody else should do better. That's how I feel about it.
That's fair. I don't understand why. Again, like everyone should know Robert's rules and be able to play this game, but apparently not.
First of all, it's not part of the. She's not part of the Constitution.
True.
She was added. That position was added, I believe, in 1935. It has no place to be there. She should be fired immediately. She's standing in the way of 77.5, almost 78 million American votes, and she's an unelected single person in the country of 335 million people that is obstructing what the people want. Get rid of her.
I say so as well. Shell, what say you?
Well, I mean, let's just make everybody happy. Just get her out of there. She's the only one that read the bill anyway.
Well, the other person who's a hang around for a while.
You don't think she really read the bill, do you?
No,
she's going through. Okay.
She has a staff that'll say, "Read this."
She
look
does,
at this.
but yeah, it's just we never heard of this problem before, did we?
No.
Until now.
With Trump, where
Yeah.
Trump should be like in control of everything.
Mhm.
Nothing is moving because of this parliamentarian. That's the new one. When it wasn't the courts, now it's the parliamentarian.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
They always throw somebody under the bus.
Yeah, never had the this problem under Obama or Biden or anybody.
Mm-mm.
Temperature's gone up another degree in this room.
Mm-hmm.
And John is now eating Biscoffs.
Well, why wouldn't he?
Exactly. My thought exactly. What a hero. We got a couple minutes left, and then we'll get out of here. Gruber, what do you got going on? When are you coming into DC? When are you working in the White House again?
I just asked about that. It might be in a couple of weeks. I'm going to be up at the Northern Compound in Northern Michigan next week, which is nice. But I'll be working from there. But between sessions on television, I'll be flying around on the lake, which will be good. Good for my attitude. Vitamin D, lots of, I hate that they demonize the sun. I like the sun. I'm going to take my risk with sunburn and get lots of vitamin D. That's what I'm going to do with the kids. And then we're going to do this thing called tubing, which is the dumbest thing in the world because you fly around the back of the center tube behind a boat, then you hit the water that's like concrete when you hit it at 40 miles an hour. It's just the strangest thing. But it's a summer ritual, and I'm still old enough to, not still young enough that I can do it. So, I impress the kids by sacrificing my body. Why wouldn't you?
My summer ritual is hitting the retweet button on this live stream. Shell, what do you got going on? You're hosting everything.
What's today? Monday. Worldview Tube's
You
off
don't even
all
know.
week.
Hold on. This is you've now.
Is this Sunday?
You've now reached the level of where I am in life and where Gruber is too, because Gruber's fortunate enough to be like dropping in, but you have no idea what day of the week it is. I don't either.
I think the next thing I have, because the Rob Manus show is off all week. Worldview Tube's off all week for the holidays, so I don't have to do that, and I'm very lost because that's usually the big bulk of my work during the day is getting that promoted and making sure guests are online to get in there. As you've been a guest, so
a lot of work.
I think just Grunt Style Foundation Wednesday night, and then my own show Thursday night. So I think that's it. I'm kind of trying to take a little time off. So
I am taking off Thursday and Friday. Actually going to try to enjoy Washington, D.C. as best I can.
How long are you there?
I'm here till Saturday. I'm doing the 4th of July at the Heritage Foundation. Have a nice little rooftop party. Hey, Pop, you going to be on the rooftop for the party?
I will not. I will be on vacation.
You weren't invited anyway. He's a low rent staff.
That's right.
They don't invite him.
They never
leave him alone.
They only invite the stars to the roof.
I can't go. Never been up there.
Really?
I didn't even know we had a roof.
You did. I love John Pop.
I won't be there this year. I'm on vacation.
As I think anybody who watches the show regularly knows, if I give you a hard time, I actually do love you.
No, it's so much fun.
But
I enjoy it.
But I am glad that he's not going to be on the rooftop party for the 4th of July because I don't want to talk to people. He'd be the only person I talk to the entire time, probably.
If I was there, I would bring some Biscoffs with me.
You would bring Biscoff, and then we would have Biscoff and whiskey in the
That's
corner.
Right. Yep.
He and I would just be loaded up on Biscoffs and whiskey.
That's right. Amen.
Tomorrow we got a big show in here. Tomorrow, we've got 3 people. We've got the chief economist for the Heritage Foundation. We have the vice president of defending education. And then we've got Joy Backless Cruz, who is baby nugget number 2. She's coming on tomorrow. Got a big, and they're all going to be here in studio. So maybe get a fucking fan.
I will say this. I will get with this building staff first thing in the morning. Get air on here tomorrow night. I promise. That if I do
what
anything,
a nice man. Don't you yell at him anymore. Tim.
I'm not yelling at John Pop. I'm yelling through him.
That's right.
I'm yelling at the conditions, not the person.
He's channeling your rage for you.
That's right.
Yeah, I am yet a simple man with minor complaints.
All I want to know is when's the big date. That's all.
What big date?
Uh-oh.
What do you mean, what big date? Your big date.
Steve, no.
No?
What big date?
I thought he said he had a date.
For what?
I thought you had a date coming up. Did you not say that?
Oh, my big date.
Yeah.
Oh. See, I thought he meant something else. What time next tomorrow?
Yeah, me too.
7 p.m. Eastern. Because I started to question, even Tammy got in on this. I'm going out with a pretty famous influencer this week.
And she's beautiful.
Yeah.
So wait. You know the answer?
Yeah, she knows.
Ooh.
Yeah, you know
Me?
I don't know the answer.
One, she might or may not have been or will be on the show. Look at that little heart he just drew for me. That's worth a lot of money.
How sweet.
You should just
That is
watch
so
so
sweet.
it's going to be 7 p.m. on X. We're going to be 7 p.m. right here. By the way, for you guys playing along at home, it's going to be a big show tomorrow. Not competing with Shell on Thursday because I've got off. Finally, I'm not. I can't even compete with Shell. But if I did,
Whatever.
but no, I have a big thing coming up, and maybe you will see her on the show. Maybe you won't. We don't know.
We'll have to tune in, everybody. Don't miss it.
Well, yeah.
Don't
What a
miss
time.
it.
It's only I've been single for nearly what it feels like an eon now, since my house got cleaned, and I hired Tiny Baby Nugget to clean the house. So I don't even know what to do with my life anymore. I do get upgraded to first class now that I travel by myself. That's a big plus.
So do
I
I,
hope you
now.
never lose that.
I like
Huh?
that a lot. I do all the time now. I like that a lot.
Right? Yeah, like
Mhm.
you do. I have American. I have a bunch of points in American, and I get I came in. I never used to get upgraded to go into first class on DC. And it's a time when I eat the whole meal that they put in front of me. I've been cutting
Yes.
back. Yes, Sean.
I'm just curious what Steve's drawing again.
I'm just cuddling in my heart. I'm just making sure the heart's better.
He's drawn it.
Oh.
He's drawn it.
It's like the Grinch. His heart grew 3 times.
He's drawn a big penis. All right, so
Oh wait. Did you not get the text message I sent you? The artwork in New
Oh
York.
my God, you actually did send me a big. I can't share with everyone. It's terrible.
it's a foot. It's a foot.
With a dick on it. Shell, look at Shell. Shell's ready to go. Look at her.
Yep.
That's us in the
Gotta
reflection.
get
What
the
a babe.
broom.
Look, I shouldn't be the only one with a date. Shell needs a date. Men out there, hey, guys that have been sliding into Baby Nuggets DMs. How about you go with someone who is appropriate for your age? And that's Shell, who is only 38, but still.
Yep.
No 21-year-olds named Tiny Baby Nugget. You slide into the DMs of Shell, and you be nice to her. Because if
I
not,
love it. Can you see the reflections?
I
I
can.
got all of you on the screen. It's fantastic.
What a time! What a time!
Divide in half, add 7. That's the rule.
Yeah. Wait, is that really what it is?
That's the rule.
Oh yeah, no, that's about right for me now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I'm in on that. There might be a younger one. All right. So anyway, guys,
Nobody's
Bear
perfect.
Story, Tammy, thanks for hanging out. Bear Story thinks you look like a babe. Shell, I do too. I'm so glad you
Oh,
do.
thank you.
Such an upgrade, and I'm so glad I get Gruber off kilter here. I think it means a lot.
I just like to pop in now and then. I was just sitting there going, I wonder if Tim's live right now. Sure as shit. There
You're
he
like,
is.
yeah, look, there I am sitting around doing
This
nothing.
is the first time I got to talk to you like this, Steve. It's nice.
Well, I
like it.
appreciate that. Anytime you want.
Anytime.
Anytime.
All right, kids, I'm losing my voice. It's been a long day. I have a long day tomorrow. It's going to be a crazy thing. Tomorrow, I'm also doing a live stream for the Heritage Foundation, the live digital spaces. It's also, we call it a digital town hall here with Dr. Jay Richards and Chloe Cole, who's a big, I loved Chloe Cole, the detransitioner, who's a little babe. And and Tammy, I'm going to be we're actually filming more offices. We're doing about 7 filmings in a week in about 2 weeks. And one of the holdups right now is that a very large organization wants to sponsor it. And I'm going to take their money. Tomorrow, we're going to be here live at 7. Everyone is welcome back that's on here right now. That includes you, Shell, and of course, Steve. And we're going to have the chief economist for the Heritage Foundation, the vice president for defending education, and also Tiny Baby Nugget 2, Joy Cruz. So what a show
Sounds
tomorrow.
Like a lot of fun.
This is going to be, I don't even
Love
know
it.
what's going to happen. I believe there will also be whiskey involved. But I do not want to look puffy for when it's time to hang out with ladies. So I won't be drinking the whiskey. I just need to get rid of this beard and look like a little bit more svelte.
He's taking it all off, Steve.
He is?
Yeah, I don't want him to. I think he's so distinguished with the
I like the
self-confidence.
beard.
I do too, and he's thinking he needs to.
And also
just-
the directorial glasses. I have a few different types of glasses. These are my director or serial killer glasses that I've been wearing with these.
Wait a second. So she accepted the date with the beard. Why would you get rid of the beard?
Right?
She doesn't know. Well, it's 6 1/2 dozen of the other. I just think it's really humid here in DC. And I don't want to have the beard. Why can't I choose whether or not I'm clean shaven or not?
You can. My body, my choice, right?
My body, my choice. Look,
Yeah.
I feel like I've shaved enough for this date.
He's going to start a Me Too movement for his beard. Watch.
I'm glad you did.
Steve got that.
Yeah. That's what's going to happen.
I got rid of the swampy areas, and now we're fine.
La 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 la.
This is the most appropriate. By the way, when are they going to? We're going to start. We should start a Kalshi, great sponsor of the show, kalshi.com/Timian. We should start a Kalshi of when Heritage fires me. That's going to be the next. That should be the next Kalshi. Before my birthday, after my birthday,
over under.
over under. We'll find out. See, Tammy says trim it.
Be quiet, Tammy.
She's right. And I'm going to come back here tomorrow and have a 5 o'clock shadow instead of a. There's nothing more like zen than just shaving and watching the hair come off your face.
I mean, trim it, fine, but just do like a really a short little, trim. Don't take it all the way off because I really like it. I think it makes you very distinguished, and I can tell you right now from being in an audience, we take you more seriously with it.
Well, I don't want to be taken seriously, Shell.
So should I grow a beard? I had a beard for years.
Oh, happy birthday, Bear Story. And I'm
sorry
that
birthday.
I'm sorry that your birthday sucks so much that you're here with us. Go enjoy your life. Go outside, please. Please tell me you're going out. I want you to do better. I don't know who Bear Story is. I think it's a man. I'd send that man a
From
drink.
Getter. She used to be in your chat all the time. These are all the Getter OGs coming in.
I love these Getter people.
Yes.
All right. We've done an hour 6. This has been a great time. I can't keep John Pop anymore. He's got to go home. He's a fantastic wife at home that he needs to get yelled at by. And so it's very important for me to let him go. So for everyone watching, I want to thank you all. Happy birthday to Bear Story. I love you. Thank you for being here regularly. I'm glad you went out yesterday and had a time. Everybody else in the chat is saying happy birthday. Shell, thank you for being here. Steve Gruber, thank you for being here. It's been live at the Heritage Foundation. I want to thank our friends at the American Beverage Association for sponsoring this, as well as our friends at Kalshi, kalshi.com/Tim Young. Tomorrow night, a massive show. Everyone's going to be here. There's going to be a lot of booze. It's going to be very inappropriate. It's going to be very disgusting. I don't know where it's going to go and what direction it's going to take, but I do know this. There will be Biscoffs in the production studio. And also, there will not be air conditioning because why would we have air conditioning?
I'm going to have to leave in the morning, bring him a fan and partake in the Biscoffs. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
I love you all. Thanks for being here. We'll see you soon. Guys, thanks for being here.
God bless them.